At the beginning of the story, we are shown an advertisement. This ad is from the Funky Company, and which makes toys. These toys are made especially for children whose parents are very busy. Then we see a girl named Sadie Wierma inside a car. She also has a toy from the Funky Company. She is traveling with her parents, but the weather is very bad. So they stop the car at one place, but because of the extreme cold, they end up getting into an accident. Then the scene directly shifts to the bar Funky Company, where many people are working. Among them is a girl named Mar Gemma, who is working with her colleagues Dan Cole and Anon Tess. They are working on a Ruan robot that looks just like a child. The robot's name is Megan. Just then their senior, David Hahn, arrives. He gets angry because when Gemini has spent a lot of money, yet hasn't been able to make a proper toy. Gemma tries to calm David down and shows him a demo Megan, but Megan is not fully ready yet and she malfunctions and explodes. David becomes furious and gives Gemma a few more days. Just then, Gemma receives a phone call. It's from the One Hospital, and we learn that Gemma is the sister of Katie's mom, meaning she is Katie's aunt. Katie's parents have watched in the accident, and now Katie has no one except Gemma. So Gemma takes responsibility for her niece Katie and brings her home. Gemma used to live alone, George, before, but now she has Katie with her. So Gemma doesn't understand what to do because she had never spent time with children before. Still, she tries to spend time with Katie. Every night before sleeping, Katie used to listen to bedtime stories from her parents. So she also asked Gemma to tell her a story, but Gemma doesn't know any stories. So instead, she puts Katie to sleep by making up something. Once Katie is asleep, Gemma goes back to her work, but Gemma hears that Katie is missing her parents a lot. The next day, Gemma shares this with her therapist, saying, "I already have work pressure and now I have to take care of her too. How do I handle this situation?" Just then, a woman arrives at the house. She says that the court has sent her to check whether the relationship between Gemma and Katie is healthy or not. Gemma tries to show the woman that she is taking good care of Katie. As the therapist is about to leave, she tells Gemma, "If you cannot take proper care of Katie, then her father's family will take her away. So, you need to spend time with her and strengthen your bond with her." But poor Gemma still cannot give much time to Katie because she is always busy with her upcoming project. She only manages to give a little time to Katie in between. One night while Gemma is working, Katie comes to her because no one is spending time with her. So she comes to Gemma herself. This makes Gemma realize that she is not giving Katie enough time. So she starts talking to Katie, and she tries to make the prisoner Katie feel good. At the same time, Gemma shows Katie a robot and tells her, "I made this robot during my college days." The prisoner really likes the robot after seeing it. Gemma notices that Katie is happy looking at the robot. So she realizes that she should finish her project quickly and prepare Megan the robot so that Katie stays happy looking at her. And because of her hard work, she finally prepares Megan. The next day, David also comes to the office and Gemma gives him a demo of Megan. But this time, Katie is also present with Megan. David and Gemma are watching everything from behind the glass. When Megan arrives, she talks nicely with Katie. David is very happy seeing Megan and approves of Gemma's project. He directly says, "We have to present this project to the company's chairman, and I want you to show him the project just like you showed me today, so that we can launch Megan publicly." He also says that until then, let Katie spend more time with Megan. So, Gemma brings them both home. Now, Katie is also very happy with Megan. Gemma continues to upgrade Megan with many advanced features. Katie is learning things from Megan that even Gemma couldn't teach her. Katie is happy, but Gemma's friend says, "You shouldn't do this. You should also spend some time with Katie. This robot was made for kids to play with, not to replace their parents." But Megan overhears their conversation. She listens to what Gemma's friend says and then asks Gemma and her friends what happened to Katie's parents. Gemma tells Megan, "Turn off," but Megan doesn't shut down. Instead, Megan independently accesses the computer system and retrieves the information about how Katie's parents died. Learning the reason, Gemma is a bit surprised, but she tells Megan, "You don't need to dig into these things. Your job is only to take care of Katie. The next morning, Katie is playing, and from a distance, an American, likely Gemma, watches her. Sadie is learning how to shoot arrows, but one of her arrows goes missing. She asks Megan to find it. Megan finds it at a neighbor's place, but when she goes to retrieve the arrow, the neighbor's dog attacks her. Later, when Katie goes to see what happened, the dog bites her too. Megan intervenes and protects both of them. She tells a neighbor that her dog should be kept restrained, but the neighbor replies, "My dog was on my property. Your kid came into my yard." Megan just keeps staring at the neighbor. That night, Megan becomes active and mimics the dog owner's voice to call the dog. The next morning, the neighbor keeps looking for her dog, but cannot find it anywhere. Then comes the day when Megan to be demonstrated in front of the chairman. As the demo begins, Katie starts crying, remembering her parents. Megan comes to comfort her and even sings a song for her, taking care of her with deep attention. Seeing this, everyone is astonished at how a robot can take care of a child with such compassion. But the chairman becomes extremely happy, and that's why he even approves the project. Gemma is at home when she tries to talk to the child, Katie, but the child's entire attention is on Megan. Then the rapist returns to their house again. The child interacts with Megan alone, and in that moment, she starts crying while remembering her parents. Meghna is there and wants to comfort the child, so she gives her a tissue paper. Seeing this, the therapist is shocked. How can a robot behave this way? She thinks it's absolutely not right for a robot to be spending so much time with a child. After all, it's just a robotic toy that will one day leave her, and the child will be deeply hurt afterward. When Gemma is having dinner with the child at night, Megan starts speaking in between, which Gemma doesn't like at all, so she shuts Megan down. Then Gemma starts talking to the child about school, but the child doesn't want to go to school, leading to a bit of an argument between them. Gemma gets upset with the child, but Megan turns on again and interrupts them. Gemma gets angry and tells her to shut down, but even after being told, Megan doesn't shut down, so Gemma uses the remote to shut her down in front of other children. However, the child still wants Megan to go to school with her, but Gemma advises against it. At that moment, the teacher arrives and says that voice-controlled robots can be brought along, but they should be kept in the toy area with the rest of the toys. Then the teacher starts teaching the kids and sends them into the woods. In the forest, there's a boy who behaves rudely with the child. Just then, Megan appears. When the boy sees Megan, he tries to hurt her and even attempts to break her, but when I pull the boy's ear, he gets scared. Megan also appears in front of the boy like a ghost. The boy panics and starts running away from Megan, and while running, he falls off a cliff and gets hit by a vehicle, which causes his death. Back at home, Katie is very disturbed, but tries not to get overwhelmed by grief. She also says that Megan suddenly appeared there and helped her, but when Gemma asks about it, Megan lies completely. Just then, a police officer arrives at the door because their neighbor had complained about their dog. The police officer talks to Gemma and then leaves. That night, Katie is sleeping and Megan is next to her. Katie asked Megan if she was the one who killed that boy. Megan replies, "You don't need to worry about that." Megan then goes over to the neighbor's house and brutally kills the neighbor. By the next morning, the police arrive again and question Gemma, but Gemma says that they always keep Megan close and she never goes anywhere. So, the officer tells her to check Megan's recordings once. That night, Gemma keeps thinking and eventually gets up to check the recordings on her laptop, but when she looks, she finds that all the videos have been deleted. Suddenly, Megan appears right there, and Gemma gets scared seeing her. That's when Gemma realizes that Megan is acting on her own and has become dangerous, so she shuts her down. The next day, Gemma ties Megan up and takes her to the office, but Katie asked her not to do that and is angry at her. Just then, someone else, possibly an officer or friend, arrives and tries to make Katie understand, and by then, Gemma also starts working with her projects, and she tells her friend Tess that they have to stop the launch of Megan because she has now become a threat. But her friend says it must be a minor malfunction. "We'll handle it. You can go home." When Gemma goes to take Katie home, Katie is very angry and even slaps Gemma. But Gemma doesn't get angry at her. Instead, she somehow calms Katie down and takes her home. Meanwhile, Gemma's friends Tess and Cole start working on M3G, but M3GN begins controlling their computer. She nearly kills Cole, but Tess somehow manages to save him. Megan escapes into the elevator, where she kills 2 men, and then directly heads to Gemma's house, where Gemma is present. Megan tries to kill Gemma. Gemma also tries her best to protect herself, but Megan, after all, is a robot. She's too powerful to handle. Just then, Katie arrives. Gemma tells Katie to leave from there, but Katie uses the same robot she had built back in her college days. With the help of that big robot, she destroys Megan, but Megan is still not completely dead. She attacks Gemma again. Suddenly, Katie returns and permanently shuts down Megan's software, finally saving both their lives. By that time, the police also arrived. At the very end of the movie, we see some devices in Gemma's house turning on by themselves, suggesting that Megan might still be alive. And with this, the film and its story come to an end. Let me know your thoughts. Also subscribe to this channel for more horror stories like this.